Guys, in. We're looking at the Zopo Leader ZP900H. Now this is again a phablet style phone from Zopo. This is a budget smartphone, so it comes with a quad-core MediaTek processor. It's essentially the same processor seen in the Micromax Canvas HD. So you have that on this device. If you turn the box around, you can see it's got no real information except this little specs sheet at the back, which says it's a 5.3-inch QHD display. So it's 960 by 540, a 1.2 gigahertz processor, 1 GB of RAM, 4 GB of storage. So I'm going to pull this out and take a look at what all is inside. So you get a screen protector, which is nice. A quick guide. I'm sure this is the warranty information and user guide. So it's mostly in Chinese. So they have something in English, but everything else seems to be in Chinese. Now you have the Leader ZP900H over here. I'm going to put that aside for the time being. Take a look at what else is inside. This is the battery. We have a 2300 mAh battery, so a fairly nice and large battery. We have the USB to micro USB charging cable, and we have a standard USB charger over here. And we have very ordinary looking earphones. I'm sure they have an inline microphone as well. They do, and they also have a push button along with an angled 3.5mm headphone jack, which is not gold plated. So that's everything from the box. I'm just going to quickly get rid of all these things, and let's pop in the battery in the ZP900H or the ZP900H, depending on where you are from or how you pronounce it. So before I actually put the battery inside, let's take a look at the device itself. If you take a look at it, it's essentially very identical to the Note 2 or the Galaxy S3 in terms of styling, and you also have the same hyperglaze coating sort of back panel over here. If you look at the front, you have the front earpiece over here, a 1.3 megapixel camera, and you have a 5.3-inch QHD display. Below that you have two touch capacitive buttons and a dedicated home button for going back to home. On the right you have the power button along with the volume rockers, and on the top is the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left over here is absolutely nothing. On the bottom over here you have the micro USB charging, data syncing port, microphone pinhole, and a tab to pull out the back cover. On the back you have an 8 megapixel camera, dual LED flash, the Zopo logo, and the speakerphone at the bottom over here. If I pull out the back panel like I did earlier, you can see you have dual SIM card slots. So SIM 1, which is WCDMA and GSM, so that means this is your 3G SIM card slot. Then you have your standard secondary SIM card slot, which is a 2G SIM card slot, and then you have the micro SD card slot, which accepts up to 32 GB micro SD card for expandability. So I'll pop in the 2300 mAh battery and quickly power on the Zopo ZP900, show you a bit of the interface before I conclude this video. So right off the bat you can see it doesn't look like a very skinned version, but you can see that you have the Google notification. That means this is running Jelly Bean out of the box. So let's quickly unlock it, and let's swipe up from the top. I'm going to go directly into settings over here. Go into about phone. You can see it's running Android 4.1.2 baseband version, etc. is all here. If you pull down from the top, you can see notification panel that allows you to quickly change your toggles. You also have brightness, timeout, and auto rotation over here, and SIM card slot information, which is over here. Funnily enough, a couple of things are in Chinese, and we tried to find a way to change the language completely into English, but it still shows some information in Chinese. Even though you change everything into English, a couple of things, including this notification McAfee panel, comes in Chinese. The whole app is in Chinese. But the phone essentially is in English, so you can go into the standard stock dialer. You can see it's a very stock plain looking dialer. You have your call history and your contacts over here. You can also jump into messages and quickly compose a message. You get the stock Android keyboard. You can change your keyboard layout options. You can also do some sort of voice insert. So let me see if it works. This is a test. And it works just great, as you can see over here. I'm going to quickly open up their internet browser and try and open up our website. So, you can see the layout over here. It fairly nicely puts the whole website in context, and panning seems to be good. Zoom in, pinch out seems to be good. Since this is the full website laid out in the mobile mode, there is nothing to convert to this time around, but you can convert to landscape from portrait, and it will again customize the website according to that. So fairly nice and responsive as far as we are concerned. Looks good. Touch response is also good. There is a bit of lag. It's not the most responsive touchscreen, and there is a bit of lag, but it looks nice as far as I'm concerned. One thing else I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video from YouTube real quick, and let's see if I can find something. So YouTube is not pre-installed, so let me see if I can quickly download YouTube and what the interface on the Play Store is like. Seems to be working just fine. Just downloaded an app from the Play Store. It is installed. So let's see what video we can play real quick.
What's happening, guys? It was not proper again. In today we're going to be taking a look at the new Samsung Galaxy Note 8, also known as...
Okay, so right off the bat, a couple of things that I notice is that the screen is a little washed out. Viewing angles are not so great. Audio is really low, and the touchscreen seems to be giving us a little bit of problems. So there are a couple of things that are not good with this device. So that is something that you guys need to definitely look at if you're even considering this device. If you look at the camera interface, however, it focuses really well. In fact, it's got tap to focus. You've got some effects as well. Over here you have a panorama mode. If you go into the standard mode, you can change your storage location. Let me see what video size we can capture. Apparently it can capture full HD video. That's the same chipset as the Canvas HD, so you can definitely capture full HD video. So the Zopo leader ZP900H, guys, it's going to be out in the market soon enough, and you can get it. Couple of things that are problematic with this device for us, but we'll have a look at the device in depth and come back with a full review. Stay tuned for